you should not. You have to learn the difference between ritual and bhakti. In India, there's plenty of Vedic rituals. Everybody's garlanding everybody. But Hare Krishna. Can I have some plain water? No, okay. A little bit. This is nice. It's my only nice color, but it's not even. It's not even. There's light patches and dark patches. I said plain, not warm. Mix it. I don't want warm water. Hare Krishna. Is all right? It's all right. Leave it. I've just done it. I'll tell a story. I'll tell it now because somebody might get the wrong, interpret it. And I don't care, but I'll tell it now. I was building the Rath in Madras, 1980. So the Kailash it's a much bigger Rath, and the Kailash is bigger than ours. It's this big, this, and then up maybe 10 feet tall. And it was made by. I made a drawing, and there's one Bhakta, maybe forget his name. I forget, he was Tamil or Madras. I used to see him both here in Hyderabad and in Madras. He was an artist, so he made it. And I told him the thickness should be so much. He made it so much. So it weighed about 50 kgs, 60 kgs. If they put it up, it would fall down. It would cause damage. It's not acceptable. So I went to the factory where it was made. There was And from another factory, a welding factory, a fabrication factory, I borrowed an angle grinder. The angle grinder like I have, that's a small one. That one is big, weighing 5 kgs, big disc, heavy, maybe more 5 kgs. And the fiberglass factory was a shed, and the sheeting on the roof came out maybe 5-6 feet. And so the iron piece there, I hung a chain or something and some rubber from a truck tire strips, and then I hung the kalash I kept there on a table, and I hung the grinder from the strip from the roof so that it would be bouncing at this level. I could handle it. I didn't have to hold it. And I started grinding. And you have to be careful, because if you grind right through it, you make a hole. So I had to uniformly reduce the thickness of the whole thing. It took, I forget, maybe 5-6 days. I used to come there in the morning on a two-wheeler, I don't know, about lunch, and come back. It took days. And the dust goes in your skin. It's glass, little tiny, itching like everything, and going all over the place. But the factory man didn't object. Finally I finished, and you know what he said to me? The factory manager, he said, "Swamiji," or whatever he called me, "no Indian would do this," he said. So the idea is that Prabhupada taught us we have to do something. We have to do something that the Indians were not doing. Of course, who are we? I told you a couple of times, some astrologer told me I was an Indian yogi last life. Okay, and many of my god brothers, some of the early disciples also. So maybe we're Indians, we're doing what other Indians won't do. So, even including chanting Hare Krishna properly. Nobody's chanting Hare Krishna properly. If you turn on your YouTube, or you'll hear Hare Krishna, or Hare Krishna, something nonsense like that. That's not kirtan. It's not kirtan. I gave reference to Shastra says, actually if you do kirtan like that, you're a new man, I don't want to say, but you go to hell. You do that kind of kirtan. You go to that so-called kirtan, you go to hell. It's not good. So at least we are doing the proper kirtan. At least you are doing. I don't know if I can do it anymore. I taught them. I taught them to do proper kirtan. Namaste Saraswati Devi, Gauravani Vachani, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pastata Dishitarani. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Shri Krishna Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari, Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari, Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There were 3 kartals. Where's more kartals? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
That's a lot.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Clap your hands, clap your legs like this. Hold on.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Brakacari Astatara Sata Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Brakacari Astatara Sata Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindam Dham Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
While I was distributing book, that person.
Huh?
While I was distributing book, I met that person.
I can't understand what you're saying.
While I was distributing books, I met that person, Prabhu. So he wants to come. I
Okay.
invited.
Okay. He's introducing you to me. Yes.
I don't need of introduction.
No, you look familiar. Maybe I've seen you in the street somewhere.
Yes.
He told me that while doing kirtan, you came and joined us. So I thought that's very nice.
Vaishnav Kripa, Maharaj.
Huh?
Vaishnav Kripa. Vaishnav Kripa, Guru Maharaj Kripa, he said.
I think I've seen you somewhere before.
Yes, Maharaj. I serve for Jagannath Temple in Mahindra Hills, Maharaj.
Where?
Jagannath Temple, Mahindra Hills, Maratpalli.
Oh.
My Guru Maharaj is Bhakti Saurabh Narayan Maharaj.
Oh.
I serve for him.
How is his health?
He's doing better.
Last I saw him
Yeah, he's not doing
3-4 years ago, he was not so well. Because I'm not well, but I can deal with it. He's taking Ayurvedic treatment or modern treatment?
No, Ayurvedic only.
Good.
He really doesn't like allopathy.
No, that's correct. He's Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. In Bhagavad Gita, intelligence is defined as the ability to distinguish spirit from matter. Unfortunately, now it's Kali Yuga, and although people are proud of their intelligence, that we have produced computers and technology, they're actually, that's one kind of intelligence, but proper intelligence they are lacking. The kind of intelligence that is involved in designing, inventing electronics devices and what are they called? Chips and subcomponents, transistors and things. That kind of intelligence, when it's excessive, it's there in overwhelming, it's demonic. So we see that is the situation now. I see in the neighborhood families They observe some Vedic traditions. They light lamps, they keep tulsi, they observe Ram Navami and Diwali and such festivals. But their sons and their daughters too, by their dress, by their activities, coming and going, and where are they going? They're going to work in a high-tech company, and they're becoming demonic. They don't observe these festivals anymore. They don't observe Vedic dress, customs. If you ask me why, or in our office it's not appreciated. At least most companies. Some companies are better. Anand works in HP, so on Diwali, the management asks the ladies to please come in traditional dress and do rangoli. They send me pictures, a big rangoli in the office foyer entrance. So this demonic intelligence cannot advance our life's purpose. It can only lead to when the whole world is busy with these demonic technologies, then the result will be war, and this is the situation now. I referred to the fact that the Russians have a certain kind of weapon, but overall the Russians are more dharmic, if you want to use the word, because that part of the world is where the Aryans came from Central Asia. I said last time. So they still appreciate Vedic practices and Vedic paraphernalia, and even though the communist government was very antithetical, atheistic, and opposed to the Krishna consciousness devotees, still now with the departure of the communist government, the Krishna devotees are able to. They have a lot of activities. They are publishing a lot of books. And as far as kirtan, I don't know. As I said, there's a lack of proper training, so that's unfortunate. This is a problem. But there are many devotees in Russia. Many trying to preach and distributing books. At least a lot of books have gone out. It's difficult to let's leave aside institutional considerations. Talk about individually. We should understand